What's up, guys?
What's up?
I'm Chris.
I'm Sean.
And we're the Whiskey Noobs. So we're on to Sample G.
Sample G, like
Number G.
the twilight of our journey, man.
Yeah, number G.
Yeah.
So if you've watched any of the other Jam Jar Whiskey Series videos, we have been sent 8 samples from JJ over at
Jam Jar Bourbon Jam.
She was so kind as to send us some samples and to try out, and they're all blind. We don't know what are in these jars.
Yeah.
Only my wife behind the camera knows what they are.
Yeah.
And JJ's asked us to give our brutal, honest feedback and tasting notes, and we've bbeen doing just that.
Yes.
And
Keep it real.
some of these whiskeys she's even claimed that she's not a big fan of, and she just wanted to see if it was just her or if we shared in that dislike. And there have been some that we have definitely disliked.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's been some that we have liked too.
Yes.
So that was
specifically, go back and watch the video labeled Sample C.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best laughs and some of the worst whiskey we've had since we started filming, right?
Yes, legendary. For sure.
So we're down to the last 2 samples, and I guess this would be a good time to mention this. But the last sample, so that would be sample H. We're actually going to be doing that one live on Instagram. Mm-hmm. We wanted to share that with the Instagram community, given that JJ's over there on the Instagram community. That's where she shared it.
Yep, that's where I first
So we're going to do that tasting live and share it with everybody on Instagram. So if you are not already following us on Instagram, and I think we have way more followers on Instagram
than we ever thought we would.
Yeah, but if you're following us here on YouTube and you're not on Instagram, go over to the Whiskey Noobs on Instagram. You can also find that link in the description for this video.
Yep.
Go check us out, and you'll be able to find that live. I'll post it after we go live so that everybody can see it, so that you can catch the last sample.
Absolutely.
But yeah, let's go ahead and pour this one and get into it. If you've watched the others, you'll know the process. But essentially, we're going to nose the whiskey. We're going to taste it. We're going to give our notes.
Do you mean do half and half? Is that what we're doing to finish?
Yeah, just finish it out.
Okay.
And so yeah, we'll give our feedback on it, what we think about it. We'll talk about whether or not we would seek this bottle out again. How much we think this bottle sells for.
Yeah.
And what we would pay for it. And then we'll find out what it is. Oh, I like the color. Nice amber hue to it.
That's good.
Got some good cling to the glass.
Oh, it does.
I'm not gonna say anything. I feel like I always like influence you.
I feel like I've done the same thing.
I tell you what, I'm really liking the nose.
Oh, you really? No, I haven't even smelled it yet.
And I think I know what's in here. Maybe not the specific whiskey, but I know some of the things that are going on in this glass.
That smells familiar.
It's got a very distinct.
It smells malted.
Single malt or malted barley.
Oh,
Either that, or it's on the younger side, and it hasn't picked up any of the heavy oak from the barrel.
Because we've got a single malt that I bought, and I think
this is what this reminds me of.
Yeah,
a single malt craft, and this is what this reminds me of.
Yeah, oh, that's good. It's got a little scotchy almost. Well, you're fogging your glass up.
Oh, man, it does smell really good. I'm loving the nose on this one. And I'm getting a lot more sweet on that. The funk kind of went.
Yeah, I'm not getting any of the traditional bourbon smells at all on that. I'm not getting any of.
Oh no, the vanilla, the caramel, the tobacco, the leather. No,
I'm not. This is a different whiskey altogether.
No, this is very light nose. It's very friendly.
It is.
I'd almost say a little floral.
I'm gonna be so bold to say that I think it is a barley rye mix with what I'm getting.
So you're getting spice on it?
A little spice, a little, as I like to say, some botanicals, because it's just kind of...
Look at the oils in that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, and they're clinging right to the glass. We gonna try it?
Oh yeah, I can't wait anymore.
All right, let's do it. Whoa.
All right now. I see what you've done, JJ. I figured you out. She gave us all the ones you didn't like. A, B, C, D.
And then gave us the
and
ones.
then the last ones are the ones that you like. That has to be what's going on here because
I feel like that's a Scotch. I really feel like that's a Scotch.
either that or a very good American impersonation.
Yeah. That's got Scotch written all over it. It's on the lighter side. I'm getting a little pear.
Man, that's good.
A little pear. But I'm also, there's a peppery kind of a finish. You getting the pepper at all?
I didn't until you said it.
Well,
now that you say it, it's like, oh yeah, it's black pepper.
Yeah, like almost a black pepper or a like a
It's gonna sound really weird.
fresh
but like,
cut pepper of some
like
kind.
cheap powdered pepper, like a really powdery pepper that you get like in the little
fine,
disposable shakers.
The fine.
Yeah, not like fresh cracked peppercorn, but
Mm-hmm.
like just cheap ground pepper.
It just kind of sticks with you, like just as a peppery that sticks with you. And it's not a spicy. It's not a hot. It's that dark.
This is a really nice departure from the bourbons we've been having lately.
I agree.
Like the
It's
really
refreshing.
high proof, tobacco-y, leathery, oaky stuff that we've been enjoying here lately.
Yeah,
This is a nice break from that.
I agree. Like as we're drifting into spring,
Yeah,
you hear
yeah.
the birds, So
Yeah, this is sitting outside on a nice day in the spring. Oh, man. This is a warm weather whiskey. Like I could drink this. It's not giving me. I'm not getting a hug from it.
no,
So it's probably a lower proof.
it's got some light fruits in it that I'm really liking, but it's not too sweet at all, and it's got that.
So you say light fruit. Like what kind of fruit are you getting?
I'm getting some pears, some apricots on the palate. I'm getting some just that light sweet.
I'm getting Granny Smith apple from it.
Oh, are you? A little sour. Okay. You said something, the fruit cocktail syrup. I'm getting a light fruit cocktail syrup from it. And you probably ruined me with that, but that's kind of what I'm getting.
It's definitely fruity, but the funk on it, it's like a nice, it's a friendly funk.
It's not too peaty for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, like there's like aggressive funk, and then there's friendly funk. And whatever's in this glass is the friendly variety.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that. I don't care what it is.
Listen, I'm gonna finish this one out. I'm
Yeah.
kind of disappointed there's not more.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
liking
really
this.
good.
I could do a project at home and just sit and do some pours and sip that.
Oh, man, it's just as good when you chew it.
Yep, and it's not, and it doesn't.
More peppery now after I chewed it.
Okay, you broke it up. And
Yep.
I haven't chewed mine yet. I'll do this with the last one, but yeah, and here's the thing: it's not so overpowering that it's just like boom, look at me, But it's very distinct, and it's just really
Kind of got like the feeling you get when you drink like a carbonated drink, kind of that fizzy feeling.
come out your nose.
Yeah. It's like effervescent.
Ooh,
Ooh,
look at you,
like
like a dollar word.
Oh man,
I hear you.
I'm disappointed. There should have been more of that one.
Wow. Yeah. Man, and it might be young, it might be a craft, it might be a scotch. I don't know. I almost don't care what it is. I enjoy that. Whatever it is, I enjoy it. I can't even say anything bad about it.
All right. Well, let me give you my guesses.
Go ahead.
So I think it's one of two things. It's either a really friendly scotch or a very good impersonation of a malt, a single malt, American, Scotchy. I do detect the rye. There might be a little bit of rye in there, so it may not be a single malt. It might actually, be a blend of.
We'll call it a Scotch tribute band.
Yeah, Scotch tribute
That's
band.
what we'll call it.
It's really good. I am going to say that I do believe it's going to be on the younger side. So here's a caveat. If it's Scotch, I have no idea the age. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
If it's American whiskey, I'm going to say that this is under 36 months. So 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
That's my guess. Proof-wise, so this is way too friendly to be above 90 proof. I'm going to say it's in that 80 to 86 proof range. So 40 to 43% alcohol.
Okay.
And let's see. We'll talk about price and stuff after you give your assessment of it.
So I'm on the Scotch bandwagon with you on that. I don't think it's American single. I think it's a Scotch. I think it's 10-ish years old, maybe 12. is what I'm going for. Just with my limited experience with Scotch.
Yeah, if it's not Scotch, it's a very good impersonation of a friendly Scotch.
Yeah, they've done some really
so
cool,
like a space
cool.
like a Speyside Scotch,
Yeah.
like that we've had,
Mm-hmm.
that are the lighter fruits, the pears and things like that.
Yeah, if it's not a Scotch, they've done some really cool things with it to get it there. But proof, I'm sitting right on 80 proof, maybe 83.
I'm leaning
And
more
I don't
toward
even care.
I'm leaning
It's
more
good.
toward 80 than 86.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
So,
Promise.
what do you think it sells for?
That's a $60 bottle.
$60 bottle?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's in the $60 territory.
Is that the number you had in your mind?
What would I pay for it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a close approximation to Scotch, I'll say what I'm willing to pay for Scotch. Right? Because it's close enough, near enough that makes no difference.
With the
in
tariff
my
break
opinion.
or without the tariff break?
Well, yeah. We're holding out hope that maybe Scotch gets cheaper for us here in America. But anyway, I will say that I think it's worth $60, and I would pay $60 because I do pay $60 and $70 for friendlier Scotches that we've drank. So I'm going to say I would pay $60. I think it's worth $60. I think it sells for $60.
That's where I'm at with it. That's why when I threw out 60, it wasn't one of those what I think it's cost versus what I would pay.
Yep.
It's 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ma'am. What was because it's now gone in our glasses?
It is Van Brunt Stillhouse Bourbon Whiskey.
What?
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Bourbon?
Right.
So
I
will tell you,
it's got to be super young.
Now I'm
base
feeling a little
ingredients,
duped.
I could not find the actual mash build, but I can find base ingredients is barley, corn, rye, and wheat.
Okay.
All four.
It
Ooh.
is
Yeah, that is a weird funky one.
65% New York organic corn. So
Okay.
that sort of gives you an estimate
So
of the
that's
others.
So it's a craft.
pretty
Is
solid.
it crafty? Is it a young company or no?
It is aged 1 year.
All right. So let me say
Wow.
that explains so much.
It does.
That explains so much.
Yeah.
So for us, what we found is you get some really unique experiences with stuff that's not been aged, right?
Yeah.
Because what's happening when you age whiskey is that the more time in that wood barrel, the more influence the wood has,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And that changes flavor profiles insanely, right? So what we're getting right now with something that's been aged a year,
It's super.
this
young.
is all about the mash,
Yep.
right? So
It
this
is.
is all about the actual spirits that's being put in.
It's almost a white dog at this point. You
But
know?
it's real close.
I mean,
you know,
after a year,
and where is this
yeah.
aged at? Because that
It
changes things
is
too.
from New York.
Oh, we're getting the New York tour.
So it's going to have some pretty high temperature swings.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow. Here's the thing I'll say. For being I can say this unequivocally. This is the best 1-year-old whiskey I've ever had.
I'm going to say this. As much whiskey as I drank with you, this is the first what I would consider a craft whiskey that you've drank that you didn't spot it and you weren't like craft. Because normally you do. You're like, it's a craft. Oh my gosh, I can tell. But you and I didn't either. And normally I can say it tastes young and it had some of the young flavors, but it had better stuff with it.
Maybe I didn't say it, but I will say that in my mind I was thinking craft just because this is not mainstream American whiskey.
Yeah.
Right? So it was either going to be Scotch or it had to be craft because it's too unique to be any of the mainstream stuff that because we've had a fairly wide, what's the word I'm looking for?
We
approach to our whiskey.
We've
had enough distillers to kind of know where the flavor profiles lie.
We do.
And this is so super unique that it either, in my mind, had to be really young, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I said 2 or 3 years, two was really I was being generous with 3.
Yeah.
For Scotch is completely different.
It's so crazy.
animal.
I don't know how they do it with Scotch, but it can be aged 18 years, and it's the lightest, fruitiest stuff I've ever had. You know,
Take a whiff of that glass.
All right, so tasting notes really quick because you guys hit
now
it.
it's oaky.
You guys hit it. It says
Now it's
That's
bourbon.
good. Now it's bourbon. That's good.
full and bodied with notes of chocolate, butterscotch, sweet cream, and banana. Finishing smooth with hints of spice, pepper, maple nuts, and coffee.
Okay, at least I nailed the pepper out of all that.
No, it's
because the
definitely
rest of
pepper.
it I didn't get. Yeah.
I'm not getting banana.
No.
What were some of the other tasty notes?
Chocolate, butterscotch, sweet cream, spice, pepper, maple, nuts, and coffee.
Nuts. I can see the nuts, the pepper. I didn't get any of that
It's not peanuts,
creamy
though.
richness. I didn't get creamy richness.
No, it's
out of
not
it. I got
peanuts.
light,
maybe like an
fruity.
almond or something. But
Yeah.
there's definitely. I don't agree with a lot of those tasting notes, but we're the whiskey noobs.
what do we
not-
know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not sommeliers.
And we only had this much of it. So
But I can say unequivocally, this is the best 1-year-old whiskey I've ever had.
yes.
What would you say the name of the distiller was?
It is Van Brunt. VanBrunt.
Okay. Do you know anything about history? How long have they
It
been around?
is from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, cool.
Oh, Brooklyn's cool. Yeah.
I can't really find anything about the distillery. Let me go back to their website. But it does retail for $55 on their website.
Boom.
Right there on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
I'll
not
take a
a
$5
whole
either
lot
way
of
when we get it.
information.
We're gonna pay $60 with shipping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm glad that was fun. Thank you, JJ. That was fun. I enjoyed that one.
I am pretty excited that it's kind of given me some hope as to what craft can be.
I have a lot of hope for what craft can be in the next
Yeah.
10 years. I really hope enough of them stick it out and are able to stick it out that we can see what the aging comes to.
Here's the tricky thing. Like, we like this at 1 year.
Yeah.
Do we like it as much at 4?
I thought about that earlier. Are we going to like all the oaks and everything that go into it, or should they just age it for 1 year and put it out?
Yeah, I mean, what makes this unique to me is when I was saying that it was a nice break. It was a nice break from all the oaky, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you're not really digging, the oaky, tobacco, leather, heavier flavors that we're really digging on lately, and the higher proof, this is a nice break from that.
It is.
So, yeah, thanks, JJ. This was a good one.
It was.
Like, I'm glad we had this.
Tell us what you think about it.
It'd be real funny to find out this is one of the ones you absolutely
That you
hated
couldn't
or
stand
something.
or something. Yeah, but I mean, it was.
This is good whiskey though. So yeah, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap this one up. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.
I'm Chris.
I'm Sean.
We were the Whiskey Noobs, and we need more whiskey. Cheers.